Elton Atnase. Elton Akwaba net saying
Bejo so we abo ko de.
Koye
say I sin na me hwe say ebe du so de mo ma twa ma
ebeba
me amato wa ha.
Sound so and oko wuntumi media. Gordon Asaribediako doubles as the editor of the ABC newspaper. Gordon Akwaba Bibi Aboko.
Nuaminua na enda no na metise se wutu kwan won kra. Asa accusation de na ye. Abrante bi ne so no. Se wutu kwan so wa pevisa wunya. Ena wutu kwan je se. Chale wan kra ebusafo bia odu report bi muti wo twe no.
Oh. Ai ebusafo to twe.
Wan kra obi. Wan kra ese na na bi o. But me cast your bad as well, member. Who's I said, where you witchcraft the bed, the me, person can watch. About a quaba.
Medasiminia, Medasi, Bibi Aboko.
Oh, Yamaduma, what do in the absence so. And go for intimidate or them have fine, but I saw my oh, yeah. Yes, it will be after as we say one in test of doors. But Elton, yes, I didn't tell you. I think last week or two.
Okay.
I said, BC, now you didn't come my war. Ultimate radio and the movement television live on air.
Yeah.
Now, with a test, say will be able to media person meeting. Now, central for in the case of radio or credibility. It is a way I can.
You better
and indeed, Elton didn't your boy,
of course.
And then you're you say be a question, then you meeting.
Yeah.
And by spontaneous. Oh, say Elton, I can't.
Then you have to believe it.
Yeah, it's Elton. Yeah, bomb what this is to myself.
Elton John.
So, who share free the people to say Gordon and Asia.
First issue on our table, this ranking ABBA and some state institutions have been ranked. Say in terms of bribery. I don't know the indicators researchers na ehwe but when they say state institutions no omujis free man for and some mama service and I say it's saying Elton what go through documents now what is it really about
so we know the two judges here United Nations Crime and Drugs Office
okay
I think every year or two
okay
now yeah no name Ghana Statistical Service and the boom
okay
and we know I ever told you the average bribe size Ghanaian cedis by type of public officials 2021 ukuma tallest even there might be a no not just a pachema sikano emudra on the map public service no
okay
I'm said the overall audience the Ghana police and a industrial now there might be a the quantum of money a court state institution that is all human lands commission and a dastro na nipa omo ne omo twetwe nkoma omo che mu se omo ebi omo kwakoyo omo nsase woni manemo also mu twes kama nipa bi man sa na mo facilitate no I think it's about 1669 and the tosumienu prosecutors judges and magistrates and the tosumienu
in terms of the quantum of money eco officers of that institution o aggregate sika ko mo nyina bomu
exactly in fact the UN OC no
yes
omucheba na chese in terms of sika free nipa bi mo akoni pa bi mo ho keta hye ne ade that's about 5 billion Ghana cedis
in okay
within the period no we I think that this type of surveillance investigation omubu said the ebi am lands commissioner me kwa register masase
bitua say
ya de nankasa say na wo say bitua si ansa na me saka enkrata no say the passport office passport office for na be chemu say so per passport normal process na 100 Ghana open expedited service 150 open 48 page expedited 250 normal 200 but ebi mo say omutua 2000 Ghana cedis in fact enra vice azim HMA ono ko ho no mama bi approach ni say or no how can renewal
yes
eventually no nipa ne ka say obagine 2000 Ghana cedis won tua oko office no officers ka che ne say o ma busy ntino in about 2 weeks since I can passport but of also co-op ni bi ho no office no within 2 days no Insaka a biblical business and also sometimes it could be corruption because the anti-corruption campaign. You also go through somebody behind the scenes. Yeah, the idea of managers and also one can fight now. As a question mask in terms of this. We Lands Commission a prosecutors, judges or magistrates, Ghana Immigration Service officers, elected local government representatives, MMDA's officials, GRA custom officers. Now, number 7, passport agency officials, teachers, lecturers or professors, and also 8. Public utility officials, doctors, nurses and midwives, drivers and vehicle licensing authority, DVLA, police officers, and last but 2, GRA and other health. It tells you that Deepa Sikanike said the call, and I'm was and
women Skakese call.
And overall, the police may be number 1. In terms of police corruption, the be another
Sikanisha.
Okay, to police.
Another ranking here,
overall, and the police for
number 1
undisputed. And I say, campaign and as the same institution. Depending on bribe, no much sika emu
edu no. I don't know. Lands Commission.
Lands Commission. Also a police for here.
Number 9.
Yeah, number 10.
Number 10.
In terms of
the police for no, the in terms of the frequency of corruption, no police for that number 1.
Yes.
But the quantum of the amount of the corruption, police for that number 10.
In fact, if you look at it, just briefly, the percentage of people who claim that one way or the other, no, many police for Gitanwa be a scarcra are fast, you know, and 52.2%.
Okay,
and that's the overall ranking, 52%. And Ghana Immigration also 37%, GRA 33, Lands Commission 32, GVLA 29, Passport Agency officials 29, prosecutors, National Intelligence Bureau 21%,
NIB,
yes, National Road Safety Authority, prison officials, MMDAs, GRA tax or revenue officers, members of the Ghana Armed Forces 10.3%, after welfare officials, embassy and consulate officers, public utilities, teachers, doctors, executive branch of government 5.6, elected government officials 4.3, social security officials, other health workers in public hospitals, elected government representative, and the last one 2.9%.
Wow, that's interesting. God knows what it's okay.
Did I make any say? Seka me branch person for Ghana Police. We are sided here. But committee catch was in Ghana Police, no, I say Ghana Police beyond the competition. Because tell you attitude.
No, but somebody in the quantum is
what I may say. My most seat belt. And yachim.
And our license is a woo.
And I'm license. Say, I'm the court, this year, because you prosecute me, but differ. Fine, they say about 500, and I've said 1,000 cities. And the police need now on watch them in the minute can. In fact, it be quite 20 cities.
10 Ghana
cities. What you say? It's no ASA. But me no be anya asase ho man so wo is legon. Me pese me via asase no. Me pese me via me say make because omo mo nyina omo ni mo.
Yeah.
Omunim na emme ya se Ghana sikafo bebre na ze o matiesi asase wie mu asase wie because omanya nkofo boni bi wo Lands Commission
mo facilitate
et asase ne value yes
yes
asase ne value no $100,000
yeah
he doesn't mind what I say he doesn't mind say we to pass spend $120,000 never home say we pay $20,000 e dia ma Lands Commission officer be say one year man so that be at any time bem na ukoko search obi ye ne search 2015 akoso man say din na say e wo so obi akwa search 2022 akoso man say din no apusa batted
another name I take you the same as I say
so you need $20,000 and he doesn't care he is legon or pay that you see baby first what san into no skebes would be and 20,000 na would try no it accounts for 50,000 people corrupting police
yeah
what you say it is an akwakoye me what I the me ya ne say be producer nti obi betimi ahwe Dr. Kufu Dampare ani aka kire we say Dr. Kufu Dampare we corrupt na a bit difficult for me Patrick Kwate Champon, were corrupt. Former IGP, Mohammed Al Hassan, fine man. Madam, so on a minute Westlands in tea on 2 or 3 occasions. Me did from Westland Police Post 1 or Juma, while Mosarin po what would DQ we say, Mammy be drew 37, and I may a branch will be a quony baby. A very difficult for me, so catches Mohammed Al Hassan. We are corrupt.
Yes.
Dr. Kufutampa, who said one very important. At the Adina, a bastard, how do they feel? Now, Omudia no so dear, difficult to combat it. Omudia no very difficult to combat it. I just say, body cam be. Oh, make a body camera. So do winning, but I want more listeners in Tino. Yet, Bob Mohone be a Kobo be because you piano, Ubehu, you don't be surprised, they will turn them off. But Land Commission, dear, you bet to make a chasso. Land Commission, dear, you bet to make chasso. Abai emfre asase wurafo wo Ghana nyina asase be no mo da hopan asase be you obidia and just 2 lands are individual lands enti asase that do wenya hwan masase nie sabi hwan masase nie and na ye ka say 2023 and nay asase we hwan ya matwama no mo pesika mankofo and national service for never be deploy wo mu about 100,000 national service personnel omo kono omani be ye betu omo ka ba benya so pefa so less than 10%. Adan ye deploy wo say monko baabi bebre munu monko di nkomo ayabusua sase krampa abusua it is in whose name abusua panyin bay na say ye ka say wo hodo ma obi twa sase free hodo ma say lease or say freehold whatever one is so sign as it to be documented nyina all this rubbish
that is if we've not already done that. Because even with some of the families, you know, crown over corner, nipa cry was say or sign sa document. Who has abusuanas as a man soon them. And I'm like, the other young for capitalizing, not just say, Obi or land to our whole family, no moon who nipa also sign a confusion or so. I send a horn chamo, you know, into as an nipaboni in 1 man, what created that environment for them to also.
But is it a year in Anka, yet to me, if I say 60%. Yeah. And like your document and the World Land Commissioner. The public would know say Sasa has a dear which we class as here okay. But 40% some conform you certify or market nobody will do business with you.
And you don't have to even reinvent the wheel in doing that. Oko Rwanda has done it. Into Omad digitize it Omon Sasi onto a platform. In the end I say oh pass to Rwanda. You just have to go online. Unim say abina airton and Sasa will cover this area. In the area where we na mepe nibu eni you negotiate what you document papa baby those things can be done.
Yes,
of course. Challenge, the biggest challenge is our land tenure system in this country. Irrespective of the brilliant ideas you want to digitize and so we say you can easily do that with the state lands.
Fine.
Well, about with stool ni family lands now it's extremely difficult because adiano in the ocean, Cote d'Ivoire ain't problems when you because of nationalize your massage.
But no, beside that, no, and yet because a year owned by families, it is because our family heads are corrupt.
Absolutely.
And the young kind of crazy. And yes, I said, be producer, sabi producer. Obia Busiamu, a branch be a bottom wedding. Assembly born your friend or discover. Or baby born home what thing. Man in free with the share. You know what was a page of sorry.
Exactly.
And then as I see a bassy documented here, you got we see me.
But example, the New Land Act no attempts to cure some mischief. In the end, a penny won't mean sorry.
Yes.
Without the consent of the other elders in the family, no, and concoton. And we have multiple sales. So in fact, the punishment for you in the act, no, massive. It's about enforcing what we have now. Beautiful laws. By enforcement, not a problem. But I think in digitizing, in SARSing onto one platform, no, the major issue is land tenure. Your land tenure system, and solve what they are
passport office. Some passport office is with you.
A woman, in fact, they are now. I'm going to talk number 7.
In terms of the quantum and as a frequency,
in terms of the quantum, and I'm going to talk number 7. And in fact, we're league table now. Clearly, no. We're league table now. Obo institution India. You don't need anybody to tell you, say, this is what is going on. They said, as someone said, my
yes.
Said, only Sikar Wakoheim, a much for, and I said, land gas for. That's only beer, Obias Cacao, and some aircon assassin was almost assassin fruits. You have people are buying Chu Moka, say, Omunia Juma, a Dana Council. But they would twist Emrano to favor somebody because of Sika. And so disheartening. And look at Lands Commission once and how a government of a government or try to streamline operations such that there will be some sanity in the system, including even the digitization. How many times the Vice President encounter the difficulties the government go through just to streamline operations of the Lands Commission? Up to now, because I don't think that we made any serious headway.
But the biggest disappointment, Elton, NSA, even the state lands, Gordon, state lands, Nankasano, or mine Nankasaka, you name your state lands.
Now, I'm now more contracting individuals. So I don't quite where some wool. So in Yakupo, individual best smash Ghana assassin as compared to the states.
In your mind, Nankasa, name your state lands. And I bet an easy way for officers of the Lands Commission to make crazy money because Saoko cantonments. And Laboni and all those areas now, some of the prime state lands in Ewana, some are going for as much as $14 million. $14 million. And it's crazy. And all over the country, regional capital beyond the state land, Oko Land Commission, and if we've not been able to account for state land to and Sasia or mine and Kasa edge some through compulsory acquisition near the dodo. And how then do you police individuals, families, and its two land? It will state the other crank how they started. Now state land yenya nina on a particular year. It's okay. A buying sasi way free. Yeah, Jane said this year, turn 10% of state land to individuals. Regulated. But as it stands now, Oka Land Commission, or more bit me at Nasia time as I see yen Kamushi, better after some time, almost a system not free so then your face. It's not a proper way to run
at all. In fact,
away in this country.
The current minister for lands and sometimes I'll say officials need to be back and as I see way the hell it's also a corrupt by the time I realize Yama be any part of the primary. Now Obi, the whole point is that your key national public offices, just for example, airport passport officer Minister no Ecowas Ekotena or Kasa jese na M'Ahiasem ketua na uroma so sad. For example, minutes is here is a beer. Even if you want to renew your passport, you go through the process like you are applying for
a new passport.
Meanwhile, even to say US embassy for example, what could US that? What could embassy be a ticket figure penny?
Sure.
If you so renew passport, who renew visa. They don't even want you to come to them.
No, you don't need to go through that process again.
Or apply, then you go and drop your documents with DHL and then or make sure no way issue at the amount. Now,
to acquire a passport again because then system they benefited twice.
Exactly.
Go for
biometric.
And
you capture BB out of that. You don't need to capture it again. So it is a my passport now ISPA. Now was a renew mamia. The only thing that will change on that document is your passport number. And the new data, the amount of expiry date, every other thing will remain the same. Why do you still have to go through the entire process again?
Now I don't pay and I say Opa or China no Paco a the digital center what I'm for
premium
up. Never now call the OGI you are or head office just say I say marketplace because everything is being sold.
Yeah, but and you pay personal contact. Say how now to me.
Police
starting from the gate entrance, Eddie room to the last person. Everybody would want to benefit. It's
now you see who rahon at the said ye wakojum now woko and man will be a friend.
I want to turn you know now. I want to turn you know. They have become agents.
At Usifru Kamwa, almost so enlightened, said Usifru Kam when I saw one antiaqua or Nantia, the commodity monitor said, we are best occupying new passport. Now we are from.
I expect where you
I know what's up, BB. No one's with the train, no Aphrobiaba. It's me, and as speaking, may I have a very damn verdict on what they what do you call it? The foreign affairs minister went to do on 2 days ago. An indictment on her ministry and herself.
In fact,
that's my verdict.
And I'm saying, go back. I didn't even know, you're appointing new director of passport.
Okay.
Because the last one, 5 months ago, they appointed Mohammed Idris.
Okay.
And he interviewed her. It was a interview. This was like 4 months ago.
Okay.
That's another what take office. And that's a backlog of about 40,000. No, the plan is said by March, Obe clear backlog if you want them. Now, Satam Obekis an argument said COVID in Tino, supply chain near the identity, even getting papers to print passports no a issue. But the key matter raised here about corruption and global and all. Now, what Peru's two files that were hold now some of the security agencies or more secondments will be at about 3 years. But man said not more than 6 months.
But how is this difficult to implement?
I think say 2 years.
No minister can 6 months.
Yeah,
minister can 6 months. That's for more security. Your friend say officers are on secondment. No, yeah, the minister mentioned 6 months. The minister mentioned, but it makes sense. I was say 6 months because it's a area. The much longer you stay, the more corrupt you are likely to become. Inti change your own term because sika unless we decide say we are taking away that human interface. I'm surprised why we've not been able to do that.
You can't do that. Very difficult. Until the extent that if Dipana why employer must say or more they should deliver the public good, no. To the extent that we more manipulate the machines, no.
Yes.
Be a machine, no. And there's network failure near the other. So you are forced to deal with Nipano.
Okay,
I'm saying
secondment shall not exceed 2 years.
Okay.
But the receiving organization may request for an extension of 1 more year in consultation with the parent organization and the public servant.
Okay.
No,
it shall not exceed.
Yes, it shall not exceed 2 years.
Okay.
But my issue back on say. So be time be 2 years and obey corrupt. And it's a minister on what 7 years. It's a resign.
And some minister ninya where you are.
That is it.
The interface with the public.
System nanka say assign no. And 2 years, 10 years o. Obi ko 2 days. Opeso ya obeye. Adentina.
Parliament for every school class people are deliberate about baby on person impose on my. And you know what's about
Adentina say a backlog of about 40,000 applications.
Yes.
Why? It paper ben they print it. There were companies were Ghana or printed passport booklets no. They were still in operation during COVID time. And then maybe a kosoa a foreign affairs ministry relative to the printing of the booklets. And then the manema as the minister one shall be
no, but it's true say booklet they are shorty.
What did they say shorty?
That is not in doubt. A shorty, and I think and also no encourage.
Yes.
Because a man go for you desperate.
A shorty, you know, official shortage. Yet people had some they were also empowered because Sabi shall Obi just now also turn that no need passport. Any panel was showing a name that the next 10 years according to the name.
Ekosiisen
M'Ahiasem passport and find a passport no fan to no fan hospital. What told the man and of a beer said be paid was what time would say 15-20 years and 10 our friend Kojo passport then for family bio and the copy bin and person babu. I fain idea to open them. Waba expedited a year what here still Emma. What you go boy be was so betting 500 or 1,000 what the man
2 days
in Saka. As a patron, you may catch it will be say I quite what do see a manual and don't tell me say me promote to corruption, but that's the reality. One call frustration will be sad then. Every day 6 months I came. Every day so frustrated say obu krom ko GP.
Obi atua expedited service no. And the process is that uku bibi at na ofie. Ya ka say
the
but you see some public office I implemented same measure or more achievable results.
The end result.
I mean, there are places like DVLA.
DVLA, is it really working? A year, Juma said,
me call a year Parks and Gardens, Hope City Hall.
You're more head office. Are they on the list?
In fact,
the
whole point about I mean, these service providing entities where they are DVLA at some point on the decline. Or my power bet also last about 3 hours. I tell you that
more implemented. But only my worry is these are all state institutions who provide a service to the public, and it fits into this general culture of bad customer service and a service provision in our country because and Nyoma was said at the click of a button winyano. The frustrations in this country, and some of them are self-inflicted. And the man here, you know, some of them are people who are supposed to work there to serve the public. You know, oh, you create say a shortage, you create artificial shortage. Say system, you man delay, you man in delay. Now, man, for you frustrated. Can you even imagine? You create frustration, no benefit from the frustration. And that's why when ministers are appointed, our agencies we more under them. In measuring the performance of these ministers, no. And I don't know the kind of a year at the presidency, you know, they check it, gauge, they check ministers' the performance. But yes, you cannot have a minister, now agency under you. In the case of the police, in the case of Lands Commission, say agency under that ministry perform, say the ministers would have some questions to answer. And they have to provide the questions.
That's how I say.
Yes.
Who oversight responsibility? Maybe question about what say. And the minister no call or just expressing his frustration even to the the level of engagement with sector heads on the saying. And this was the first time
exactly, and that's the same point I make sure we are and your first time in your sometimes
no for the cameras we are there.
Books Musankan, or Fred Babami, I don't know Musankan paper documents in the Mumesamianko, or Moquay, I checked them all. Yapon,
my fat near printed passport in the Guo, and Uncle for the truck wines out for days or Musanka. Minister no control more of force or almost a passport that day now. What you say? No, I mean, that's somebody see Yapon. And see, we know a rehash of the SCB. And TV movie, part 1, part 2, part 3. And then the interesting part of it is that some of these surprise visits and also sometimes the media is alerted. So I mean you question the genuineness of it. I said they are trying to get some attention there because and the first time, in fact you don't need to be there to understand what is going on there. Because if you have very reliable intelligence, you should be getting this information on a daily basis. But your pile it up. And Omo uniform has become members of this, extortion brigade. And Omoji
because I am thinking, for Sadia,
for example,
the president would have to summon all the ministers responsible. Lands Commissioner, that number 1. Lands Commissioner and the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. Yes. The minister in charge. Enfa question answers Passport Office. Police Service. The minister should. I was saying, Mom,
of course.
Because I was saying, Mom, what's preventing them?
I was saying, Mom, because these things cannot happen.
Yeah, passport office. What now? 6 months minimum. Nebia every single day. We are able to facilitate 10 passports at 1,000 Ghana cedis.
That's crazy money. In the end, if the system is not force it, I'm fast I change now. My classic example. Gordon. So who free Terminal 3 arrival na upia.
Okay.
In a free plane, you see a bar. At least your first line health for never check your yellow card near the other. What by immigration for no almost watch check your passport no as stamp it. Now ya direct walk our bag. Over our bag we will be PR. There's another line of cost. What was what is the use of that?
Say bibi ntira.
Bibi bay.
So be the feeling is that if you are work of father baba beton, and here said the man which are taxable. Most of them is out of way. But I don't know. And
I'm like, that whole line, final line of checking a man for bags, it is absolutely unnecessary.
First because we port tankasa. Now, eventually, all the institutions in the
it simply doesn't make sense.
They reduce the number, no. You see, a bottlenecks be I just say it just delays you, but a corruption cost.
Yes, but I don't know my only way is say it was just set up to corrupt the system. Because I don't understand why that way is there. Because my passport now be sure. Yeah, share my passport ni mo why immigration for national answer na me ba be drew. The last time me drew guy no me fa my passport. My am say, "Oh, my passport you ma share me that." And I say, "Okay, me fa ma no." Me the man no o bag na den na wom. I'm say, "Oh, when ye baby I entire. We sure say entire." Na obey one fashion ama. And I'm say, "Man fa den ama." And the guy kept insisting. At a point, now was saying me feigning abufu. Eye way na. After oye say me. And I'm like, Charlie, that whole line and me share or more. Ne wa along the stretch in Nano. Obi o drew her. Or my job passport to the ABM kakra. Na ya maybe be on my bags. We. What's I say no to now the call. That whole line, the Ghana Airport Company 8, yeah. It should be gotten rid of immediately. It simply doesn't make sense. A delay of 4 kwa. Because ube jina wa answer na unsabe kan bag. No di be 1 hour. Uba be pienswa this whole line and afi bi o bag mu to nioma way. Ye ayan hwehwe. Oh, o perfume way. Hey, o perfume ye hwa mo. Guy no obusam say me kodi ha and am say o be 2. Hey, 2 weeks. What me call 2 weeks when asan aba.
Eti me obi busa no message. Eti o busa me say drone ana. Woni mu din no. Na book na kuta no. Yes,
because that whole line of search no should be abolished immediately. Immediately. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
But that line
fantastic. Sir, I was so because there are me whom any other airport anywhere. Where we be go through that secret immigration for check. Who airport be answer now be free airport. Say ma be bag mu. What kind of thing is that? I think Ghana Airport Company 8 they should take that thing off immediately.
Now opa yenko nima police station. And now be me twem. Any pe go nima police station be me say ade na ekoso ha no. Konkonsa em ko park car na me ko me see fa be ko park with the guide
Asempa F
na me benantia na me ba uma dia ko so ho no enkofo pe police clearance e dia tukwan e che voting day ni ma police station asa na make and enkofo gu ho police clearance ke ka mo pedi akofilable forms e dia tukwan no okwa e so frustrating.
And the same thing at the head office. Head of CID building.
Oh, my year for the Abenima police station.
Oh, my year for head office.
Yes, me ko be beside me tell you. And now, almost the box to be asi ho. E tu kwa na passport na atum. No order bia. E ti member no the same room.
No, the reserve cannot.
What I was them. Kukuru. Why danger police station I got ATM.
And I said we say say Dr. Dan Pare say
almost decentralized.
Very simple.
Almost decentralized call.
Now me pay police clearance.
Yes.
Ghana, you divide Ghana into administrative districts.
Yes.
It may be police. Why should I come to Accra?
As he said, almost what they call administrative heads.
It should not be at the region. It should be at the district. Divisional commanding power.
Okay, would they be a crowd?
No, Charlie. But also, maybe you are. You remember an easy system of the unnecessary pressure, and it can be done. Yes, it can be done easily.
Ukudila so abi abe days ala weeks so nti wa fa bibia passport ne beda wa che passport akwa ballot wo bi se wure ma no we di opena
esa wa ballot no o di dum wa atwem yesa bi enti wa anye kefa kontem wa na de koto ase ya ese penada
ya do kwa no the safety of all passport no
oh yeah nima police station ne ko honans
Charlie, say IGPA here. This is something they can resolve easily. Elsewhere, open clearance. You go onto a particular portal, enter your name in in 10 seconds, everything about you would pop up. So I was all print it, I print it. What they call baby awoko. And let's make things easy. And yet they be on a private sector and you be boom mutri so and a hotel say what Ghana customer service and yet and I make call my colleague and customer service and yet most more these state institutions a service they will provide them in the panel. Please, fire some more customers. Let things be easy. Some agencies are here. All the others can do it. This list, a bit depressing because to the extent the National Intelligence Bureau.
Exactly.
I mean, how? National Intelligence Bureau.
NIB.
Yeah.
Almost with you. It's unbelievable. Oh.
And so now who watches the watchman?
National Intelligence Bureau.
No, but of course, it's said to the become and the FBI and the two bus candidates be boka. But a bus may you as an institution head, I was someone affected personally. Say, I do a minute good massy, and then I say me. They call your unit heads, catch us a deal and they said I'm with you.
Sure.
And it was I was say,
sure.
What man? And young and penny for but and corrupt curious. Yeah, what TV no mood say corruption, chat be not any has the pictures.
Almost pictures about
now you see police service, not the Dr. Kufu Dampare.
On those baby crowd
and the pair was what I go for Dampare of a quad, so tons of candy figures. None of my etros is dada. Yes, he say, yeah, why would he explain to the man? Or best plain say, Yamia and Yamia. No land commission, Niaka. Na adia Abubakar and say and the last commission, your last chairman of the last commission.
No. Abu should be worried, and I think as I mean, or a young, I don't put you any excuse. Young minister, you have the energy, you have the drive to push some of these things through. Fortunately for you, yes, the president's name out that support through digitization drive, and when we want to do it, you can do it. Yeah, can it no. And I make this point every day. I'll continue to make it. Leadership, our responsibility. And we've touched on the leadership responsibility. There is no country in the world, a developer, citizens so play a role. In the district they be I call hide and I'm running or farm running and I always say you cannot legislate against every human behavior. It's not possible. Sometimes the citizen should know. Say because we cannot operate a police state where onam odo river ne nanka police for jina nyina say hwese obi meto wengum the whole street of Accra obefa ba bia wo police for na hwese we na that is not possible. Na number of policemen are you saying yes. The citizens should know say your role to play. We have a role to play. Your conscience, your was say who saja nipa ba ko ntimi nyɛ sade we in the Yadokoto passport officer. You should know say you are there for a reason, for a purpose. And then there's a very religious country. The same way maybe too much religion, less spirituality.
Last penny we catch me say before Liberian war, not Liberia and the most religious. Also be a radio station, be all Liberia. Preaching in Yamenyum, sa and Sana Chasela then call for at the Simono. Obi. Before 1992, you call 1992 constitution. Yes. You call 92. And go for a year, Juma wa Ghana for pa na ye a film said NEAFA and like for NCC. In fact, first time is by HIV is by Ghana 1986. A year NCC for any foreign service department for and the border rules how and then social media ba and yes expensive baby ba say obeti ma creative one was a group of you so what said the pet it about 5,000 kwabeti misaka. Now NCC was the last time I obi. What is the NCC for a public education on baby?
That's a budget.
Budget bank. Budget bank. If you say Ghana Haiti IGP, Opa Yankacha IGP said one listing near ma police for a here. Modern policing. And no more the bad but what do you expect of them? We expect them to work at optimum level. Open boost chief justice say and never burn court judges here and never become young vessel. Yet your court we expect them say adjudication of justice come. And then I would drew so public education or be something peduasa. Omuka so more baha 1 hour. and at 30 minutes every week bia over your whisker. Yeah, your whisker. Omoba wuntumia, yeah, your whisker. Omba movement, yeah, your whisker. Omga say every week bia, omba publish a full page. Our ABC man, yeah, your whisker. What are they doing? 1986, 1992, me take a just what I come records. NCC for FPI, then what goes to do a chibano, even a degree holder, first degree, and never go be a professor, as I could have 2 degrees, send me and account. Yet, you whom you and yes, it can be biasa, and yes, it can any be biasa. Baby, you drew you queen home. Patriotism.
Why not? Why not? Who's here? Oh, Kathleen. Oh, so a very substantive, like the main boss.
And you see,
a deputy.
And a main boss, no, in your Ecowas appointment with Liberia. On the Ecowas.
Like Kathleen, no.
But Kathleen used to be very active on
social media. Okay, I was checking his Facebook or Basha say, when was the last time something on NCC, on nationalism, patriotism, responsibility, civic rights and responsibilities? The idea say the chair and crab when be an that's the namo. I remember be a Ukosio Bian Obi multimedia. A one year a first seminar for staff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But Sanio on civic education is would you rather say, yeah, they are say a curriculum na ye train kwalano school at the basic level than say ombeba beto airtime at na so ombeba radio so to lecture and as to educate on civic.
They make say
nipa na nyi awie.
They make say yeah the identity say no no. Obi, I'm telling you, menka say yeah, I'm not being sanctimonious.
Yes.
Yeah me society ye wo generation bi.
Sure.
Ye wo curriculum de check me na ye me society almost the same. Me check with you.
And yeah, fact, no problem.
But almost the same.
Yes.
And your mentality, your psyche, I was state home. Almost the same.
Yes.
And then maybe brain one, maybe I mean you know be also on ye. Sana I used to elders on ye. But I can tell you, young 5 years behind us. Over mentality.
Oh yeah, totally different.
Totally different.
In Babylon schools, you know, especially schools, baby, or more yeah. So Cambridge, money. There's nothing Ghanaian in those curriculums.
I'm telling you,
nothing Ghanaian.
Yeah, first someone crab brim, but said the air, refresher courses on
yes.
A hormone almost sankai, almost sankai, and then the man, or man, any man, a Yemeni be yato a pinto.
Yeah. But I would say, and that's the essence of the state broadcaster. Public service broadcasting.
Yes.
That's the essence of it. Unfortunately, competition in Tino, you would find a state broadcaster doing things at a time, no one on a state broadcaster. Into the conversation is bigger. Yes, the NCC was main challenge. I mean, and the Oko district because who NCC officer will be fan a boho. So who fan who nachia area.
And I find a year want to be your call.
Yeah, there are. If we expect a certain level of performance from them, I was see a more logistics from the Bay. I agree with your point, sir. And yet the Biana was all trained to be. Sometimes you can leverage connections, the networks are over. Because I don't think the NCC per se any GBC Director General Kotnase. So this is what we want to do. If we want to use GBC and GBC social media to see our activity. If we want to use your social media and all of that. And state to state, a lot can be done, but the state should also give them logistics to move here to work. On this list, I think say there's still list we need to the next one. This one, the critical challenge, and it's a customer service, public service. We should give meaning, of course, to them. 100%. And the digitization agenda should not just be word of mouth. Yeah. It should find reflection in all these agencies and how they interface with people. And who cross our stadium say we ball. Now we do stadium now. Obi nyina gate. Yes, if I take a machine be so. Say what it says now say pick here gate maybe am room. Ghana for because say but that should be the norm. And then go for quartet or don't take it back now what's in the back toll booty. And I'm hoping say when the toll booths are restored, no more say about the toller. It will not be say obekwana nko for share la cost be anywhere to is cubicle ni mobile. Es hadia then ya bregu. I think time now you spend putting things together. No, it should be holistic. Yeah, automate all the toll booths and automate because we cannot waste 2-3 years. says a toll booth say about baka. Now man for na say akwatena boot ni mu na oduru a ticket ni yeti bi ma no no so atene de baako no ate we ama no atene de baako etwam and yes sir the resource mobilization you see enya from toll booth na emba because it doesn't make sense that the last document ana ye hwe no out of bare 34 toll booths no so we should sika and I think the last way annual we na about 70 million Ghana cedis. That's woefully inadequate because offer just Temamoto way it should be giving us that money times 4 in a year.
Yeah.
Inti say ya spending all this time ye ba na ye be hu kasoa ho de na the same ngofo na be abetema ticket there. The normal ma be okranke. Inti they should take time and do it well into a more bar. They are coming back with the bank. On the list I think we've exhausted it, right?
Yeah, so the my capture to one say I think say as a country I was nyini.
Yeah.
We cannot accept say or say time baby yet na ye koye nim to say koye nim na sometimes dirty petty politics na ye dey wura nim mu no say the money na ntonchem
yin free ho
because baby we ase na ko no the last time me Raymond na AI artificial intelligence na the identity news one na ye do tue ho recently US government onya sponsorship bid there was a program you call US now omoto ababe 25 states. Okay. No hu the advancement omodu no is baby we are like 10 years behind.
Yeah.
We were at that is the latest. Enti we are no are very small. In fact the issue America no it is happening in real time. Yeah, country we are so much behind. And the name of we politics, tribalism, religion any other. In fact, at the back of your mind, you will never get. Baby, I'll call yes, you know, as I didn't from you ask yourself, the need I think also mentality
conditioning,
but the state institutions should really be ashamed that they are being criticized in this manner. Because if you are a CEO, you drive a Land Cruiser, you are living lavishly, and this is how the people see you. And this one way and your perception. These are monies paid, calculated 5 billion Ghana cedis. Just calculate one. And your league table over our police and affairs. You can't nipa discussion or ma drop on better last but two Lands Commission, and nobody. We don't need any rocket scientists to tell us that this is the reason why they are number one. They should do something about it. And
when it should not be business as usual. By now, the president should be summoning an emergency meeting where the heads of all these agencies and their ministers come and provide answers and give us a clear path. Say, next year, same time, the result will be different. Anya Sadia, Charlie said the minister acquire your passport office. Nothing will happen. Yes. Yes, because business as usual. Business as usual. Can you even imagine? In the Aquadanas and Monday or Mukwe, how would she know?
New ones no Bebano Bimba Qua, so the Sunday Aquadas say. Yamia Boarama, ya promoted in the passport office.
The next one, which is the ruling of the African.
Yeah, in fact,
I think
is a very big. In fact, for government there,
yes,
this will come across as victory.
Okay,
because over Agyapa royalty deal now, the vibe around it was that Abaya Koshe. And also Bugana for and eventually and you Ghana court maybe because walk manipulative judgment in your favor. We Edmokomi and Sa and the Assembly Court.
Okay.
Transparency International. Omono according to Ecowas court no address it traces you all the way to Europe.
Okay.
And a Ghana Integrity Initiative.
Okay.
And
and I think the coalition, anti-corruption coalition.
Yes, and
okay.
Now, a number 5 na no more say you want to so say the way I Ghana abide the end of just in a nutshell, there was no transparency about unconsult widely
in the whole Japan royalties any myth at the end. Okay.
Abana unconsult widely in Tinabay Ananka court and like the court should rule in their favor. Now, court, in conclusion, let me just sum.
Okay.
HDM manager said the applicants did not provide any evidence whatsoever to suggest, as alleged by them, that the Agyapa deal would deprive the Ghanaian people of their commonwealth.
Okay.
Now, it goes on to even say so shareholding now. Everything is 100% Ghanaian. Any other. So that is the latest on Agyapa.
The latest on
I don't know whether with this government may want to bring it back
to
and
Parliament.
Say Obesan average debate, whether it's still viable to go through this route.
And for more, the Community Court of Justice of the Economic Community of West African States, the Ecowas Court of Justice, in the matter of Transparency International and 2 others versus the Republic of Ghana. And the judgment was delivered in Abuja on the 10th of July, 2023. And said the applicant near me and Transparency International or more Ghanaian wing, the Ghana Integrity Initiative, and a Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition versus respondent near Republic of Ghana. Composition of the court, were Honorable Justice Dupe Atoki presiding, Honorable Justice Sengu Mohammed Koroma. Koroma, the not just obey Sierra Leone, baby. Member and rapporteur, and your Honorable Justice Ricardo Claudio Monteiro Goncalves, member, Angola, Equatorial Guinea, and I say because Portugal, and they were assisted by Dr. Yawuza Uro Sama on a chief registrar. Say Osha councils now for the applicant means and normal council Bako Olumide Babalola Esquire, Nigerian. And council for respondent, which is the Republic of Ghana, you were Helen Akpeni Esquire, Dorothy Afriye and Mrs. And Leona Sewa Johnson Esquire into Omomi and San in a Jinemo Emma on mine. I think they've gotten that favorable ruling. Say applicant prove beyond standard and say where preponderance of probability. That's where we are. But say if government based on this victory, thinks okay, they want to go ahead with the deal. The parliamentarians will be
a court ruling. Transparency International they are not demonstrating any strong links to Ghana or ECOWAS. Or more interested in the matter was questioned. So they were dropped into a GI and anti-corruption coalition. And
it happens.
On the trade
join this, non-join this.
On other trade grounds, court
okay. And let's see. And sometimes and that's why when issues come up in discussing it in the court of public opinion, we should sometimes be careful.
Of course.
Because sometimes you need a lot more information to come to certain conclusions. When you take it out of the court of public opinion, a forum like the court, also the rules of engagement are different. The name of the game is evidence.
Of course.
And the Obeka radio sooner in the media. At that forum, you need to provide some evidence. Good news for the Republic of Ghana, but of course, the parliament, which is the sovereign parliament of Ghana, if government is minded to want to bring this back, the Parliament of Ghana will be seized with all the documents. No more take a decision on it, whether to approve it or to reject it.
No, but you see, I think it's good news for Ghana and the government, but a lesson for the government. Or more buying tickets for granted too much.
In terms of public engagement?
Yes.
And a stakeholder engagement.
Engagement. Buying a tickets for granted too much. Now, a good money mass. Agyapa deal, no. Me say me start at me that makes it anti-asi. It's about discussing be a mean can be. Until let's say me fish more.
Ekosiisen M'Ahiasem.
Ghana mineral resources revenue never bad their buying a woman. And na yedi ye chefa men kan you say if I say dikosi awowa kakra ne ebenya no anyase ye kwota ye gold akoton wa na say diamond akoton mum omo ekoye mines no mo ko mine ni via emfa so be buy mo betu aban ka no na aban say the sense can be ekoye sa adivi
we put the royalties.
Yes, royalties. Enti is about 75% or so. Naked the kwakwaji sika be between $500 and $750 million. Naked ya baby ejuma. Abayan demand church rem. Abayan and demand church rem. In fact, a drew baby me tinamis me tiani as any media for because baby echo did in Koboko church. In fact, one more organizers I know I nearly fought them. Me put some say and the pop na come and say amuno kwatena e soro kwatene kwacheche mu no asem ba ye
were they out there
explaining? Did you
yes,
did you hear them? These are the same people omo hangemu adia me a journalist adia me mpe and they say asemasi what frepeni mu baako wabekasa wa wonu say asema wo okay what twantro fact that wanim unka was we leave it to the judgment of the public and when you're a journalist you are there to educate, entertain and then inform, not to try for them to take a decision. There be also no public education engagement with proper stakeholders abanity. You don't have could you say about back there they should learn a lesson say on beside their parliament be man every nipa refi ye revision
parliament e dey obeko
before I become obi almost any public engagement a man confront say Agyapa royalties no say netie e fa so bebemu no enie ansa na of course ade bia ni honma ade be wiase ya obinya 100% approval
resistance
every some me Christian ni but me committed this we committed this we Pentecost there's a difference somewhere it's yet dan ya ibeba a public engagement dey omo so no monye. Congratulations to the government and more ye. Of course, all my decoys no. And then you would ask some court. They say, yeah, no chasso. A baby ma, more as a baby can, namaka. Life goes on.
Yeah. That's it with this particular, I mean, kind messages kakanafe, yen shena, yen twaso. Elton, minim say, ubeja ye wako. But answer now because questions back community my main kind messages kakana for yen trust we say Obi, does the ruling change what Ghanaians think of the Agyapa deal? Did those who took the matter to the Ecowas court engage their Ghanaian experts on how much Ghana is going to lose embarking on this transaction like Fui Chikata and other mineral experts? The Herald broke the story on the Agyapa royalties deal. Gordon is partly right and partly wrong. Tell him I wasn't part of that meeting.
Have I mentioned his name?
And I mean, no crime. Larry, good afternoon to you wherever you are. But I think he did quite an extensive job on this whole Agyapa royalties thing. But I said, Okano Busa said, Omo the Assembly Ecowas court, did they engage their Ghanaian expert on how much? Yeah, but I think that was part of they building their case. Omo na building omo case here. What they sent to court, the court news really on. And let's see how it goes. But we say, Obi, today I have the privilege to celebrate a truly exceptional individual. Join me in sending warm birthday wishes to none other than our Minister of Youth and Sport, Honorable Mustafa Yusuf. Your dedication to our nation's youth and sports development is an inspiration to us all. Your unwavering commitment and visionary leadership continue to pave the way for a brighter future. On this special day, may your heart be filled with joy, your path be lined with success, and your journey be marked by achievement. As you continue to guide us towards greatness, know that your efforts are truly valued and cherished. Cheers to you. Jamaluddin A. Abdallah, Executive Assistant to the Minister of Youth and Sport, and on the way Abba. A glorious belated happy birthday to Nana Kwame Bamfo Nyako, Nana Nyankwada, Nana Nyamisha Obebre, from your little sister Getty, going out to you. Where's Obi? For me, the UN bribery report on some state, is it the UN or the US?
UN Office on Drugs and Crime.
On Drugs and Crime, good. On some state agencies in Ghana is very, very worrying, especially on the aspect where young people between 25 and 34 years were identified as the people more likely to pay bribes than the older people. Wow. The devil really is in the detail. Charlie. As a youth and a youth activist, I'm very, very worried on that. More so, the report indicated that the elite, 40%, were the people who paid bribes than those who were not. In all, 17.4 million bribes were paid in 2021 alone. Can you imagine? God be our helper. Yao Marvin in Kwesiminti. Two very worrying trends. Or drill it down into the reporter, 25 to 34 years, mainly the youthful bracket, are most likely to pay bribes. and people who are considered elite, they work with school. You should know better. Omonso are more likely. In fact, they are those who paid bribes.
But some first age bracket 25 to 30, you know.
34.
See, you can see if you show and your land commission, the NKC. Police and the acquisition of passport. Sure. But when it comes to acquisition of land,
where's the Obi? $14 million for land in Ghana. Where does the buyer get the money from? Sure. And how many acres are we talking about? Sure. 40 million, the conservative estimate. Oh dear. Where's the Obi? They sometimes print fake receipt at the toll booth. I've challenged a staff before. Yes, that's the rumor, and I have no cause to doubt it. Where's the Obi? And I remember say e-ticket and start here for league matches any other no. There were some very interesting stories. And e-ticket nama attendance I drop you a stadium and e-ticket na say just to discourage the implementation of that thing. How would e-ticketing let attendance drop? How?
And you be a bit me aye, and you be a bit me aye. Now, born also I will born stadium Maya Tumuno, will be a bit my born. About stadium. And we said, will be a bit me.
I don't understand.
If you say, a different other name as will be a go and school in the bedroom. That should be a change the difficult.
Where's the Obi? Good evening. Whilst you are at our institutions, you might want to find out why the VFS, only VFS, and the South African High Commissioner are keeping visa applicants' passport for weeks, and in some cases months. They are sitting on people's books and passports.
And I will call Grandpa.
South Africa,
so don't be some more treaty one.
But is it factual? Like Uncle 4 books for Monsanka?
True.
So usually, I mean, but I think for UK and even Canada, you know, or apply or passport in the you can choose to
go for
it.
Yes.
Say omo grants us some issue up. Now the passport call. This is why you can leave your passport and entirely your choice. It's just somebody will hold on to.
But wait, no.
But you can then anyway. But
yeah, we are still VFS and a South African High Commissioner. Also, they are keeping people's passport, applicants' passports.
Okay,
but even there is a whole bigger conversation on visa application in Ghana. I will see this thing. I bounce over visa. Usikashi and those things. Meaning, MPs be a pushy for a private member's bail to see what can be done, in that regard, because it's not proper.
I think I said it be mount.
Yes.
UK, United Kingdom, or more Prime Minister, COVID ama. Almost central bank support to, so there's a huge deficit. One of the strategies will be increasing
visa application fees
in developing countries.
Can you even believe it?
And on beside demand for crowd more.
But I hear in Nigeria, you are refunded. Percentage be. I would have to find out on that. Yeah, they can make certain claims. But I think in our case, I remember Cecilia the Power Aviation, no? He made a move on, I don't know, it's British Airways was a Delta Airlines was a day about one flight be and they had B.
Terminal 5 the call 3.
Sports for no the hey massa. Talk your politics so keep us out. That be. Yeah, no so there. I we been here from football people Ghana. Football people.
Ghana is a football loving nation. Where's Obi? Another issue at the airport is that whenever you travel to Ghana, before your luggage comes out, you mostly realize that someone has unzipped your bag.
And no, these days the
more 2 or 3 occasions. In fact,
I can even give an example. My upload a Ghana airport company staff. In fact, maybe you quite but a luggage handling, but not bag, back what it is. But never woman, or more boy, day. At the prayer, my counters was
okay. In the Honorable Kwame Poku CID, and anyway, Honorable, in the at least largely in a bags now, you be so now. I think above from largely in above from Kakaiti. Where's it? Hello, B. Passport issues are not new in Ghana. They just have to decentralize and use the post offices in all districts and the regional capitals. This will revamp the post offices. All of us cannot go to Accra to renew our passport. As for the backlog, it has to do with the printing machines. Mark, all the way from the US of A. Obi, the Goro boys at the passport centers are not the unemployed guys who gainfully employed persons at Accra Digital Center are now the Goro boys doing that. I paid 1,300 Ghana cedis for my passport, paid 1,800 cedis for my driver's license.
Hey, 1,800 and also then the modding licensing.
And not just 1 year exams.
1 year
go through the process and be an
office.
Exactly. Hey,
it was for the young question.
Oh dear. We say, Obi, the radar has always been on politicians when it comes to corruption. Meanwhile, the state institutions which are subjecting our collective wealth to this financial hemorrhage through their nefarious activities are left off the hook. The Corruption League table is surprising. Best regards to Dr. Prince Sama, Kabiesi, all the way from Sekendi. Make a Sekendi idea, and Sekendi Takwadi M'Ahiasem de Antaraba Tego, or a National Executive Committee member of the NDC, a former regional deputy women's organizer in the Western region for the NDC. Nyamia Tonsafa, and a big blow to the Western region and the NDC, especially in the region. Big blow, big blow. The family Ninina Yama Yako, Adekes, Antaraba is a colossus, you know, in Ghana's politics. Why, those times, Robert Sekendi Takradia, Antarabeni, NDC, Antarabeni Hazakes.
I see.
Hey.
The near thing.
Hazakes, Jai.
But don't say unfortunately, gradually, no.
Yeah.
Ghana politics. A map and force and money dino.
Yeah,
we are losing them.
And that's why we should be aggressive in recruiting a new way of women.
And the man
of
young ones
politicians.
so more bemono so no more fan no cre and you boo.
It's true. It's true. God me share way
me want to be.
Okay, and
why you
Fabra.
And now a friend is saying betting for now is
and yeah, the NDC youth wing issue statement. I'll read it and then we my issue statement.
Make be yes I go because I want my respond to modi.
Okay.
Because
they carry
my personal opinion.
Fine.
You see, mama ko why na me ticket to.
Why?
Me bok ofie Japan.
Yes.
MPP buy no just ko dua na ye first why is.
Yeah, see you.
And na friend say Kofi Japan so buy. Emrantie pa. Na wo show mo record o my yard.
Yeah.
Kofi Japan so buy the time of buying said danche but
no around 8 months.
Yeah.
About 8 months.
But when it's na no work and the amount o my yard verifiable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but could be Madam Nindi Kon was say most of office maybe a one and then is it Labor Commission?
Labor Commission, yes.
How any Labor Commission and they were the same building. It was one day would Jinapum was shot from one man, never for Labor Commission. Go for Labor Commission was say now Labor Commission mobile baby. I sent yes. And now or no mudding for can't see betrayal. When we said no, on bet my module be Eddie a carebosa at the end was all my. I think one thing about interview in respect to Labor Commission is a lot of the people they complaint about Labor Commission youth, youthful, and some of them are not able to go because okay complaint now maybe you would have to pay something for the processes maybe and I think they have committed to pay for them.
For youthful guys and headache a lot of young people here because see a coso over complaining won't
now complaining you what I say it be come abaso and Monday ya so mo ko se kruma
sure
and this the youth in government
garment and apparel
and there are no difference in say apparel be uniform
interestingly no now you apparel for association or na garments for association
one more paper more
difference difference
it be apparel be uniform and I say
sure I should think so I mean we would have to find out
now omudi ko baby amani gi wo ho ne say o man fa contract na many papa
no
Amma company back we say one also more projects be over 70,000
yes
and on be training one
at the end of the way into a first phase
yes
and first we say Ekosiisen live in the first phase no companies are like only trainers, no, about 500 small to medium scale, and more large scale garment companies, and also be 34 are more afa. In the what they've done, they say every region almost for 2 large scale garment companies every region. In the they would place beneficiaries with them. Omoma was scanner who train you movie then you employ them. And a small to medium scale 500 almost one more BSika. I say trains and then they give you 5 beneficiaries for you to train. And I think it's a beautiful idea.
Yes,
I mean, you can't give it to one company. It doesn't make sense.
5 million.
Yeah.
Not the man one company. Why are you careful?
Yeah.
Nasi you know.
Yeah.
I've fed there when this one or better brand new Benz. Or better brand new Benz. I 1-2-1-2. Yes, I can't wash home.
Yeah.
But very also watch it small to medium
Sure.
Maybe I need the 1,000 and I say 5,000. 5,000 if I got a Benz. Or would be
put 10,000. Every company in the 500 companies will be in that 10,000.
Now what they train room cry. Me did say a bebwa a spread the resources. And now one will be 10,000 or training department was ABS will training department. Me did say supervision.
Sure.
A very easy.
Sure.
Or just
sure.
But come on one company.
No, but why would anybody even think say also?
Oh no, I am come across Krumia the other Martin, and I think say the decision of the CEO and in penny for is the best of decisions.
Because I will not understand unless any Panama may a certain superior argument. I will not understand why Obe argue say Yemfa Bibiama one company to train all the beneficiaries. Into say Nipano or northern region because we know how they've done it. So where the 500 companies now spread across the country.
Yeah,
in the beneficiary know what Tamalea when him say Tamaleha and they made trauma now the one company in the Accra. Every beneficiary should come to Accra.
Because we have no office in the various regions.
Why do you have to reinvent
a quarter of the Sika? No.
When there are companies as more near mother, I think
until we are what the corner will be a new Papa Samson. Tell me why
there is more reason in how our Mayan done.
It's congratulations. And Nipa Yamwa, and Nipa say you marry. To be
Kumasi Nipa a big goo hono. Ja.
Now, Obi, as you see, Bibi Buama Bima, I will support it 100%. On when you worship, I don't know about you, but how many times in a week when you request for one support or the other.
Benz is also a joke. I did a man cacao for a message.
Okay, Benz.
The ultimate.
I was even to so I, Maha. No pardon.
I'm for what trouble.
Yes.
I'm over 4 phone now, just all manner of one year the other. Stressful.
Yeah.
Now, I also believe, sir, or might be our one hour address unemployment, you know. Just you succeed in dealing with so many things, so many social vices. Any other.
Sure.
My only, maybe going forward, no, I think we've gotten to a stage in our country, say, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. economy, no. Or see ABB found.
Yeah, ABB found.
Because the reason why for example,
no developed economy operates 8 to 5.
But is that the reality? A public service no operative 8 to 5.
No, but Ghana, let's face it. Apart from in how many jobs really and outside the public service and throughout the night. Few ones.
But in fact, the whole country goes to most time. The whole country goes to sleep after 10 p.m.
After 10 p.m. Filling stations scrap.
Friday station area we where you can. I mean, for example, example. Me 4:35 now work. Me work more than Agyapa by 2:30 in my sometime between 2:30 time I don't know.
All those hours.
Meanwhile, for example. I'm an honorable beer. When say you
I think I know the way need a that 24
hours. Because what Ghana for because they don't have a lot of terms on their hands on concrete time concern so imagine our economy is in that state and look at how developed and how fast we will grow because you have a lot of young people or more people but opportunity be new. I think
it was one of the policies and the NDC's manifesto for 2020. I thought was solid. It was solid. I mean, I want us to even have it as a proper national conversation, and irrespective of the government in power, no, that thing should be implemented. If we need to turn around this country, now you create additional jobs.
There be a 24-hour economy now.
Yes.
So we share some literature. Because say hooks. Because that way some paid yourself.
Yes.
And you security man on your juma. So yeah,
no, but the number of people are involved in that kind of ecosystem. Almost.
But
it is production lines. Kwatema, North Kaneshi, all the companies there. Obi ani ho ye adwuma overnight.
But Obi, them say be paid yourself. Now bro say train station yan dum. Yeah, my do train station do over.
Neoma turning around the economy production. Production lines.
There be more factories now so to tum. I'm telling you, that's the fact. I have abroad factories so tum. McDonald's ya tum. Ni na to tum.
Time man no tum.
Time
man na McDonald's tum.
So what's a 24-hour economy?
Yes.
It should be 24 hours.
No. Even
I'm sure the McDonald's but 11 on my
point. I say even daytime, let's say Juma no. Juma from 6 to 6. 8 to 5. Into 2 or 3 hours.
24-hour economy.
Nomenclature.
Oh, correct.
24 hours. Just we Juma from 6 to the next day.
Juma Ben, you bet me say Ebi and Numra. You per se Juma Ben and Kiye. Me, I want to understand.
I'm thinking of.
Me say all my construction.
Yes.
Me mentias say. A crime baby a porto be I say. Now kwesiada.
Daytime.
But these are some.
And I make us say 24-hour.
No, hold on.
Yeah, no, you can just tell us. And you say men yen
No, what I'm saying is so we share pharmacies near work room hana or more running throughout the night. No, I'm saying to also anopa. What it means is one pharmacy. So how do they compare the other pharmacy on upon be 8 p.m. now, or be nipa attendant be 3-4. But the oko 24 hours, no, for the want of this conversation,
yes.
24 hours be nipa be 6.
Yeah.
It will create 3 additional jobs, and that's the rationale behind it.
But that thing too, let me say America, say UK, say Germany, sanity. And I don't know few pharmacies now operate 24/7. Few to say Ghana here. In fact, me tell you first no. Na me be an adjove organizers. Who's organizers we 24/7.
Yes.
Na me be awo. What you say? E wo ho.
Ekosiisen on M'Ahiasem.
Say you betimi aye no. Media me say ene mebu ho no mo a.
It can be done. And and I think the encouragement more would be with the private sector.
And then availability of jobs, because the jobs they there are so many.
It will be more on the private, because this thing an adjube to of fuel at all. Ubechin baby and fuel stations in Apple.
So one we are so
no, but when there is a night economy, then what it means, they say police patrols, this how your man should be.
Exactly.
But the mission is Obi, and yes, we are out of the ordinary. Approaches I want
to comment here. We say Nana Kwesi Obey Ade. Gordon, what you are saying is not true. Richie Ray said McDonald's they work 24 hours drive through. Drive through 24 hours. But you know how many jobs you create?
Oh, I understand it.
But that's what we are saying.
Anyway, as you really said, just nomenclature.
Sure.
But I say a free baby mama all of a sudden is going to get us out of the woods. We should encourage first back on be say, sir, digitization ya the idea.
Yes.
A major 2 vehicle bit me at the yes 24-hour economy. And now, especially street lights.
Yes.
Your security. Say improving in I say ya. Sabi otubi what more yare. Or yare that them. And na jo yare bia bon. When you say wo ko sua, pharmacy go on ma with akoto. But usuru. Because a street lights and security.
Yeah.
Usuru.
And to make us say our night economy, of course. And I've spoken with people on the say one of the Neoma coups nearby Bibri Yema and say it killed nightlife in Ghana.
So cool about curfew.
Curfew in the Ekili nightlife in Ghana, and some have even said nightlife and Casa and recover. Yes, we've but it has not recovered. And I think say a recover and not just entertainment and when where you have pubs, restaurant and all of production and so because we because of where we are. we have to double up in the BB moment. Yeah, and I will say any times too. If there is a way to have production throughout, we should do it.
I agree with you, but the issue properly say, and the crop will be quite so raw materials are what the person will not get yakete. Yeah, what they say. Juice, keke krampo na yasem. Yeah, fundamentally no, there were so many challenges.
It's true.
It would enumerate the idea beba, but you
very well. Indeed, where we and Yamra betting. That's all issues be cabio. Okay.
Now,
what's the ice no?
Ice no.
Maybe come behind it. Okay.
Unrelated.
Okay.
So, Babema is here, so when you bought my name, Wapa, Nema. Now, when Nema, a house with 25 bedrooms.
And no more, Saudi Arabia.
Apart from Chiano over 130 million pounds a year, which runs to 379,000 pounds an hour. No, 25 bedroom, 4x4 meter swimming pool, a full-time staff for his house, a Bentley Continental, Aston Martin, Lamborghini, 24-hour drive. All bills for hotel, restaurant paid, a private plane disposal, plus 500,000 euros each social media post that promotes Saudi Arabia.
Social media.
All of this aside, the 130 million.
You don't mean
pounds. It? Yeah, 500,000 per.
For where the money?
I mean, for there, bro.
But Saudi phone is also a check your.
Whether it is sustainable or not is a different ballgame.
No, when they put their minds to it, they will do it. Because also, for now, no, a investment or more. Because what? When you read the blueprint, there is a whole tourism blueprint that Saudi Arabia is implementing. And they are anchoring that tourism drive on sports, football in particular. They have a plan which they are implementing. And they hope to rival Dubai. Because I must say, in the middle is a about tourism. Dubai. Recently, Qatar, through the investment in the World Cup, asking the attention, kakra. And Saudi Arabia thinks, more tourism drive now is built around the religious trip to Mecca, which alone might not be sustainable because more other way, and they think they have to expose Saudi Arabia to the rest of the world. Say just Mecca and Kwana,
but the other and almost show human rights issues, human rights records, almost share no so ebebwa.
Human rights, I say.
Human rights issues.
Yes.
Betting for. There are about 3 different schools of thought on betting, taxing them, and yada. Every move crab benyano, Nanka betting, ye came Wagana. And me sure say, Kesla to force me now, Wakas added.
Okay.
And I think it was Mama France,
Wakas added. Betting 94.7.
A being so say a liga for now. In TN taxi, near revenue. Ebi muso say yenye ni zero me yenye tax omuso kropo mo esenke yenye tax no ebi so say wo say wa wuni tax board ma ye de tum kese se be ya enkofo
prevent people from doing
it. 10% de nke say yenye tax bia betam but wo hwe you can say sa bet no a zero yenye tax also
even on your winnings.
On your winnings no tax.
Okay.
But US the yenye US the other be ma o mine no I think say 26%. Yes, a super. If I think 24, 26.
The federal government.
Yes, kakraka.
As a state,
state no at New York is almost 8%.
Wow.
Maryland almost 8%. Ohio 44%. It vary.
Yeah.
And to one yeah, winnings in the bebano.
On
at least 30%. Our US. Omodiano no UK for omonyi oba Africa South Africa pa na betting ekoso.
Okay.
South Africa na South Africa then Nigeria. But South Africa there no so no winnings na 0%.
No tax.
Okay. But yen situation it say. So far as your constitution cramp on Obi, yet man fat back near married too. Near dear your face say your court Chaika crack. It me say when so yansha best practices. Na yansha say the bit to me up whying. Say a budget tax na, let's say a boy na. ye hwe so ne yenye de me problem kakra ne say ye tax na ye gigie ene ni ma ye hu say ye hu a ye ne na mankofo e complain eti aban enye so wonye deliberate about certain taxes say meji we ya we me di ko ye say
visible
yeah visible meji we ya me di ko ye say meji we ya hwe say petroleum revenue ya ni enya obehwe no yes human the capacity human capacity
building
kakraka build ese dan yesi ho eso ye hwe na sika eko eti government should be deliberate about it say sika we ya meji no me focus on niam miensa
yes
ba ko job creation ba ko say ba ko say job creation no scanning be gum edi be boso mi nsia ekose pa master titu ho anamo ama yehu say enema bi e pese this can yi ni say youth na dey be support wo mo a ye dis come ma NEIP fo ana say YE fo a ye dey ma wo mo e-levy aban ede ba na wo budget no aban ka say youth employment obema job creation and security obo ayi bia na wo
cyber security and all of those
na e wo ho no mo etibe so abanya ne sa my enkoto sa amna donko mekoto ma ye hu se estatiba na se ye adwuma na se be producer kofi ofosun cancer NEIPC wo ene kofi Japan YEC wo eda bi fia da numere be 4 o'clock omo say aban ede sika se dia mayen 20 million Ghana cedis kofi ofosun cancer se wono emranter mamba wa omo peso mo ye afuo agriculture ho niema pese me boa wo mo ema ni we so peso mo esua se ni sei we kofi Japan mo so de boa mo a me gidi se enipa je ho ama sa ne ma be nyina na to e betwa kakra for now aban emomodin no mi ehu de this ka no because we shed other year jurisdictions are ebi of course ebi dey zero enti say ye dey 10 na ene ke dey wo so but obi so dey 32 what do you say obi so dey 32 and go for bebre were different opinions but now the state decide to say you better tax
but I again in line with your point earlier about stakeholder engagement in some of these I know sir in the 2023 budget or kind of 2022 November. Now tax on bet right?
Yes.
They had to then approve that specific tax item through a bill in Parliament. As I approve and be implemented. And I don't know. And the other difficulty I assume would be say engaged in betting in the association say ministry people be engaging on betting engage on in the no issue. And I also know say already are they invited to the to the decision making table to the decision making table everything
dry bones
I think engagement should have happened. I understand and appreciate the difficulty, but for betting companies so omo corporate taxes they are there and you mutu yada and say I don't know say mimi ko stake bet Misika beko betting company ne ho. So as can a betting company okay based on that no between your corporate tax and they are not taxed directly on SAS can and the way any specific tax on my earnings. I've heard somebody also argue say when I made a 200 Ghana each bet na me win 500 Ghana cedis technically no me earnings are 300 Ghana cedis.
Oh, earnings 300.
Do you agree? Me 200 Ghana cedis in the car bet and me win 500 Ghana cedis. It technically me 500 or some me 200 Ghana no. The earnings and kasa 300 Ghana cedis. You agree with that argument?
I think so technically, but you can't say.
Yes, and somebody has said say over taxing part then tax the 300 Ghana cedis and not the entire 500.
And with the first seed money in the free.
Nanka tax the 300 Ghana cedis. An interesting argument, but I think how the tax was couched. Almost say a tax on your winnings.
On your winnings. How much did you win? You want this amount. It's your money,
how much I put in. It's interesting.
And if one of the income, or my exempt NLE for the
lottery.
Lottery, the income.
Is it just NLE or any other lottery? Because I mean, it's private lotteries and so on. Maybe we would have to find out. NLE, the and all other private lotteries and so are exempted. And it will lead us to NDC Youth Wing statements. I must say, abolish the 10% bet tax now. Abolish.
Okay.
In the face of the unjust 10% taxation on bet wins, we, the young people of Ghana and the NDC youth, declare a resolute series of actions to resist this burdensome and insensitive policy. Our unity is unwavering, and our determination to protect the funds of young people secured through betting is unyielding. Through agitations, protest, advocacy, and civic engagement, we would ensure our voices are heard and demand that this corrupt Akufo-Addo government rescind its decision. Young people shall not be burdened to compensate for the following. 1. The monies stolen and stashed by appointees of this NPP government and saved in their homes and bank accounts. 2. The massive corruption happening at the Bank of Ghana under the watch of Dr. Ernest Addison. 3. The failed vision of President Akufo-Addo's government. 4. The lies of Vice President Bawumia, seen now to be a public ridicule among the young people of Ghana. 5. The arrogance of appointees of the government who have taken the pleasure of stealing public funds, talking down citizens, and robbing young people of the meager sums they secured through betting in an economy that has impoverished them. We intend to do the following. 1. Picket at the Ministry of Finance and occupy government offices across the country. 2. Start and scale up a nationwide conventional and unconventional lawful agitations as a measure of the resistance. 3. Instigate young people to confront officials of this government and demand, quote, an end to the corruption and insensitivity of the Akufo-Addo Bawumia failed brigade, unquote. 4. Occupy Parliament and other government agencies. We are asking you as young people to mobilize and join in this struggle. Further instructions shall be communicated to all our NDC constituency youth wing departments across the country, and the public is encouraged to contact our officers across the country to synergize the delivery of our executed resistance and protest against this failed government. And this is signed by George Opariado, National Youth Organizer of the NDC. Inti George Wahomane